number 5, Nick Kosich. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Chicago, number 10, Michael Johnson. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Shanahan, number 23, Kyle Gravener. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 15, Walter Taylor. And at forward, a 6'5" freshman from Roselle, number 20, Trevor Montiel. The assistant coaches are Nick Benedictine, Frank Janzak, and Richard Krupa. And the head coach of the Eagles is Keith Barkenberg. And now, here are the starters for your Concordia Chicago Cougars. At guard, the 6'1" junior from Chicago, number 12, Jordan Matthews. At guard, a 6'2" freshman from Wheaton, number 23, Emmanuel Wilson. At guard, a 6'3" junior from St. Joseph, Michigan, number 14, Isaac Riddle. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Bensonville, number 15, Kevin Jones. And at guard, a 6' senior from Maywood, number 30, Dwayne Burns. The assistant coaches are Matt Malky, Jordan Foster, and Kevin Howard.
Good evening and welcome to this presentation of Concordia University Chicago Athletics, the second game of the day for Concordia basketball, a rematch from last night as the Benedictine University Eagles meet the Concordia Cougars. Thanks for spending your evening with Cougars basketball alongside Macy Klein. I'm Alex Campbell, and Macy, it's going to be really interesting to see tonight, given that these two teams took on each other less than 24 hours ago, what adjustments both make coming into this game.
It definitely is going to be interesting to see how both teams adjust offensively and defensively as they now know each other's weaknesses, strengths, their advantages, disadvantages, and they're ready to use them.
A quick look at the starting lineup. Concordia unchanged from last night. Jordan Matthews, Isaac Riddell, Kenta Jones, Emmanuel Wilson, and Dwayne Burns. One change at the start for Benedictine. Nick Kosich, Michael Johnson, Trevor Montiel, Kyle Gravener are all back. Walter Taylor, the 6'5" senior forward, gets the start. And the opening tip is controlled by the Eagles. Eagles victorious last night by a score of 68-54. Johnson for Kosich. Montiel there with the screen. Kosich back for Montiel, who was a big problem for the Cougars early in last night's contest. Gravener into the lane, nowhere to go, kicking out. Kosich, he'll try to drive, less than 10 to shoot. Gravener inside, Montiel on the block. Working here against Emmanuel Wilson, double team now, outside, and he traveled. Excellent opening defensive possession for the Cougars. Best offensive performers last night, Emmanuel Wilson for the Cougars had 14 points. Now on the other side, it was a real team effort, but Nate Shedd off the bench led the Eagles with 14. I thought he was going to start tonight, Macy, but it looks like they've decided that he's best used as a weapon off the bench. We'll see how early he comes into this game.
He definitely is an energy player for sure, as he looked pretty excited during warm-ups. He was pumped.
Kenta Jones travels in back-to-back similar turnovers. Turnover battle going to be something to watch. Last year, Benedictine on average won the turnover battle by 3. Concordia lost it by 2. Johnson. Taylor. Forced outside. Here's Michael Johnson. 10 to shoot. In the corner now, Taylor. Looking inside, knocked away, and it will be Concordia basketball last off the fingertips of Kosich. So 3 possessions total in this game, 3 turnovers. You might notice we do have a few fans here in the near side. Not quite as big of a crowd as we had for the women's game earlier, but of course only students allowed right now as fans, so a smattering of Concordia students. A few football players making themselves heard here on the near side down to the right. Wilson for Dwayne Burns, who starts back-to-back games. Riddell, 3, it's good! First field goal of the night, a long ball from Isaac Riddell. And we talked yesterday, Macy, about how with all the players who are missing right now for the Cougars, how Isaac Riddell has really had to step into a leadership role with this team.
Absolutely, and you can tell he's kind of frustrated. It's hard to adapt to. Last few games, he's looked a little flustered, trying to get the shot off, trying to do everything for everybody because they have such a young team, but he's been doing a great job of being patient and looking for his perfect shot.
Riddell, the junior from St. Joe, Michigan. And they did show good patience on that possession, the Cougars, to work for a good shot. Taylor will try a 3, and it's good! And an answer from the Eagles. Walter Taylor, who last season only made 1 3-pointer on just 5 attempts, so that's not really his game, but the Eagles will certainly take it. Kenta Jones. Wilson driving, lost the handle, ball's loose, Wilson gets it back, handing off, Jordan Matthews off the glass, and good, nice recovery by the Cougars to stay with the play and convert. And after some sloppy early possessions on both ends, the offense is a little crisper here on the last couple of trips. Knocked away, though, there by Dwayne Burns. Nice defensive play. Wilson, open floor. He will go up and throw it down. Emmanuel Wilson brings the crowd to its feet.
This is the energy and the intensity they need to keep up the whole game.
Johnson into the lane and 1. Michael Johnson fighting through contact. Count the basket. The foul is called on Emmanuel Wilson, his first.
Fouls on Emmanuel Wilson, his first, team second.
Johnson will look to complete the 3-point play.
Michael Johnson, and he will shoot 1.
As Johnson gets the roll. 7-6 Cougars in the early going here.
Cougars 7, Eagles 6.
Kenta Jones running the point here, handing off to Jordan Matthews, who will be the point guard most often for this Cougars team. Matthews wanted to step back, no room. Kenta Jones all the way to the corner. Burns inside looking for Matthews, able to corral it. Tough defense there by Gravener. That's blocked by Montiel as Riddell went up for what looked like a wide open layup. Montiel said no. A lot of contact there, and they're going to get a foul against Montiel. Offensive foul called. That's his first. And at times, Macy, in the first couple of minutes, maybe a little too much energy with both of these teams, getting a little ahead of themselves.
The momentum definitely will affect each of the players, but as long as they keep up the energy, the calm, keep their composure, they'll be fine.
First 2 subs of the night for the Cougars, Justin Greenlee and William Bishop Green, the latter of who had a really solid game off the bench last night. Jordan Schmidt is in as well. So 3 changes here for the Cougars. A lot of noise coming from the Benedictine bench. Kenta Jones outside. Riddell, same spot he hit from earlier, and he hits again. Isaac Riddell, 2 of 2 from downtown.
Cougars lead 10-6.
Can Benedictine respond yet again? Montiel looking for the screen. Johnson up against the shorter Kenta Jones, who stayed with him. Kosic in the lane. Bounce pass. Montiel open under the basket. Nice ball movement there by the Eagles and an easy bucket at the end of it. Riddell will drive the lane. Kick to the corner. Bishop Green manages to keep that in play. Loses the dribble. Gets it back. Still 15 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Greenlee. Left, right, to the lane, over 3 defenders, a lot of contact, and a foul called. Kosic is going to pick up his first foul. Cougars, though, showing no fear, Macy, on the offensive end so far tonight.
They're already doing a really good job of already being patient, waiting for that shot, driving in, looking at their options, and they got to the line.
Matthews and Wilson are going to check right back in here. Justin Greenlee will shoot 2 free throws. Misses the first. Greenlee, freshman from Brown Deer, Wisconsin. Kenta Jones and Isaac Riddell now get their first breaks.
One more free throw for Justin Greenlee.
Greenlee also 4 years on the varsity golf team in high school as well as cross country. And we've got a whistle, and referee going to the scores table to double check something with the clock and verifies we're all good. 11-8, just over 4 minutes played here from the Geisman Gymnasium at Concordia University, Chicago. Hopefully you're all inside and warm out there. Everybody staying safe this evening as the weather comes through. Johnson into the front court now. Grabner down low. Taylor in a more familiar position. Bounce pass back to Grabner, and a foul is called. Foul called on Jordan Schmidt, his first.
Foul is on number 0, Jordan Schmidt, his first.
Schmidt, who did not play any varsity contests last year as a freshman. Looking to find a role for himself as a sophomore on this Cougar squad as Kyle Grabner hits the first. His brother Keegan is on the Eagles bench, and he hits them both.
Grabner hits both. Cougars 11, Eagles 10.
Greenlee running the point now. Handing off to Bishop Green. Looking to cross up Taylor. Had the ball knocked away for a moment. Got it back. Outside, this is Wilson. Matthews will pull up from the baseline. No good. Montiel the rebound. Grabner on the break. Johnson in the lane. Finger roll off the glass and good. And the Eagles can really break in transition when they want to. Wilson. Schmidt in the corner. All the way across Bishop Green. He'll try a three. No good. Rebound Kosic.
Eagles have been doing a really good job of pushing the tempo and kind of getting the Cougars out of their own position.
Nice defense there by Schmidt. Crafty then by Bishop Green to go behind his own back and keep the momentum going up the floor. Behind the basket, bounce pass into the lane. Matthews out of room. Matthews looking to go over Montiel. Can't get the roll. Loose ball pulled down by Taylor. And it's another break. Johnson will go himself, kicking to Kosic. We got a foul on the floor. Shot was no good anyway, but Jordan Schmidt has quickly picked up 2 fouls off the bench. Benedictine now preparing their first subs of the game. In come Chris Hester, who started last night, Cade Ellingson, and Keegan Grabner. We only briefly saw the Grabner twins on the floor together last night, but we're going to see it now for the first time. As it's the Grabners, Hester, Ellingson, and Montiel on the floor. That is knocked away by Riddell, who's checked back in for the Cougars. Schmidt goes to the bench with his 2 fouls. Shows you the flow of this game so far. Benedictine have yet to miss a shot from the floor. Concordia's only hit half of theirs, and it's a 1-point game.
Concordia's definitely already shooting better. They look great in warm-ups. They were hitting all their 3-point shots. I hope they can transfer that into the game today.
Grabner, we got a foul off the ball. Foul's called against number 12, Jordan Matthews, his second. And Kenta Jones is immediately up off the bench. As we're less than 6 minutes in to this first half, and the Cougars are already headed straight for foul trouble with 5 team fouls. Ellingson wanted to go back door. Montiel facing up. It's taken away by Riddell. Long pass ahead. Bishop Green all the way down and a block. No, Ellingson commits a foul, says the referee. And William Bishop Green will shoot free throws. That is Cade Ellingson's first foul.
Cougars are already getting to the line more than they did last night.
This is shaping up to be a game that could see a lot of free throw shooting.
Yes.
And he gets the roll in the first. Interesting last night. Throughout most of the game, I had written down what according to the official scores, was one too many fouls for William Bishop Green. Turns out in the official book at the end of the game, he was credited with 5 fouls. So not that it made a big difference in the game, but he was given an extra lifeline last night as the referees missed one.
Yeah, got lucky on that one.
So probably can't count on that every game, but put in a really good defensive effort last night. The 5 fouls may be a reflection of that as he's picked up another one here. No shot. It was good. Referee says no continuation, and we're going to call that the commentator's curses. William Bishop Green immediately picks up a foul. Checking back in, Dwayne Burns Jr., and he will replace Bishop Green. And that is already the team's 6th. One more foul against the Cougars, and the Eagles will be shooting free throws. We still have 13:58 to go in the first half. Montiel, strong move to the basket, couldn't get there. Well defended, and a rebound by Justin Greenlee. Greenlee left, right. He can really go laterally well, but can't get the roll on the runner. Ahead, Ellingson looking down low to Montiel. Montiel gets position, gets a man up in the air, off the glass, and gets it to go. No foul, but a basket for Trevor Montiel. The 6'5" freshman, who only a couple games into his collegiate career is already clearly a central figure in how Benedictine set up both offensively and defensively.
He truly is making a name for himself down there.
Greenlee, Riddell, Wilson, Kenta Jones, 7 to shoot. Jones kicking out. Burns running out of time. Wilson's got to take the shot from the corner. Overdid it. That's a shot clock violation as the shot missed the rim. And for the first time tonight now, we're going to see last night's top scorer, Nate Shedd, come off the bench. He'll replace Kyle Grabner. That's knocked away from Shedd by Riddell. It will stay with Benedictine. More subs coming. Checking in is Joel Childers for the first time, and William Bishop Green right back in the game as well. Knocked away there by Burns into the stands. Still possession stays with Benedictine. Fought for inside there. Riddell comes away with the rebound, fighting off Montiel. Almost thrown away there. Here comes Childers. Alley-oop! And I think once he got the ball, Bishop Green wasn't quite sure where the basket was. Spinning there is Ellingson. Top of the key now, Keegan Grabner. They wanted to go down low for Hester, wasn't there. Montiel working his way to the middle. Kicking out, Ellingson, corner 3, comes up short. Some serious height in the game right now for Benedictine. Bishop Green dishing, top of the key, Riddell, past one, faking through the lane, and a foul is called. Foul against Keegan Grabner, his first. And Riddell to the line. Isaac Riddell, 77% last year from the free throw line. Already having a better shooting night tonight, Macy. He was 0 of 5 from 3 last night. He's already got 2 today, so hopefully that confidence can continue to build. And it seemed like a very confident performance from number 14 in this first half.
Oh, absolutely, and it's just going to keep building off of it.
Riddell does get the second one. Cougars trail by 1.
Eagles 14, Cougars 13.
Ellingson running the point here. Connor Riley has checked in for the first time today for the Eagles. Shedd immediately looking to get to the basket. Kicking out. Hester for 3. It's good. Rattling home the big man from downtown. Jones. Bishop Green. Trying to drive. Nowhere to go. Fighting against Hester off the glass. Too strong. Rebound was knocked away for a moment there by Childers. But it's not going to be enough as Benedictine will take over possession. Keegan Grabner to the bench as Connor Riley enters.
The Cougars have done a good job so far of creating space underneath the basket, drawing in the foul, getting to the lane, but unfortunately you can't rely on that every time. Being patient and working for the good shot is going to be key here.
Absolutely. They've avoided any more fouls for the last couple of minutes, but already now bringing full court pressure are the Cougars. Jones closely guarding Riley. Ellingson. Shedd Past one, into another, just goes flying through the lane. Offensive foul. And we talk about Nate Shedd's energy and his aggressiveness, but it gets the better of him there.
Offensive foul on number 22, Nate Shedd, his first, team fifth.
The way I would describe it from seeing the last 2 nights so far, Nate Shedd plays basketball like a football running back.
Absolutely.
Puts his head down and knows where he wants to go, but sometimes just a little too aggressive in trying to get from point A to point B.
A little bit out of control, cradles the ball, but it gets him somewhere.
Was effective last night. Riddell kicking out. Kenta Jones catch and shoot for 3, no good. Rebound by Hester. Ahead and wide open up the court is Marvin Aguamo, and he gets a free layup as Concordia just turned off there for a second in transition, and a timeout is called by the Cougars. So early going still relatively of this game. We're yet to reach the halfway point of the first half. Eagles 19, Concordia 13. From what we've seen so far, I mean, Benedictine's built a 6-point lead, but the Cougars still have some things to build on. They've got to, though, kind of find that confidence they were showing in that energy. In the first couple minutes of this game, it almost looks like they're scoreboard watching a bit too much, worrying too much about looking for a perfect shot rather than just running their offense.
Just a little bit, yeah. The Cougars came out strong, hit a couple threes, a couple drives in transition, but unfortunately, again, can't rely on those quick shots. You still have to work for it, be patient, and like I said before, getting to the line and using they may not be as big as Benedictine, but if they get in there and initiate that contact to get to the line, that's how they can score more of their points if their shots aren't falling from the outside.
Again, 10:52 to go here in the first half. Alex Campbell and Macy Klein with you from Geisman Gymnasium in River Forest, Illinois at Concordia University, Chicago. Second game in as many nights between the Eagles and the Cougars. Jordan Matthews, the junior from Chicago, running the point on this possession for the Cougars. Burns to the corner now for Childers. Burns again. Wilson, who was all around the offense the first few possessions. We haven't seen him as much since. Kenta Jones in the lane, kicking outside. Childers, catch and shoot for 3, in and out. Rebound fought for, loose ball, and it's going to be a foul called against Concordia as Connor Riley fought to maintain possession there. Foul is called on Jordan Matthews, his third. And off the bench now comes Justin Greenlee as we're going to see free throws at the 10:52 mark still of the first half. Into the bonus go the Eagles.
Not a good position for CUC to be in. Got into foul trouble really early in this game.
The only good news is last season, obviously you can only draw so much from last season, but the Eagles only shot 62% from the line. So to the bench goes Matthews with his 3 fouls, and in comes Greenlee. 1-1 for Connor Riley. Gets the first to go. This could be a huge advantage if they're able to convert these foul shots. Riley hits them both. And we talked last night, Concordia's bench is not particularly deep. If this team gets into foul trouble, they could have some issues. Greenlee, Kenta Jones, Burns. Greenlee again. He's going to have to see a lot of minutes potentially here if Matthews is confined to the bench. Childers for 3, no good. And all of a sudden, Concordia has gone cold. Shedd. Trying to cross over Childers. Shedd working his way to the basket. Down goes Childers off the glass. No foul, says the referee. And they're going to call a flop on Childers. He was looking to get it off, draw an offensive foul. They're going to say he flopped. That's Childers' first foul. Count the basket for Shedd. And in comes Elias. And we've got the scorers table calling things over now. To clarify the situation, Childers immediately goes to the bench, the senior from Southgate, Michigan. Not sure if that's going to count as a personal foul, though, on the overall tally. It has not gone up on the board yet. Greenlee. Emmanuel Wilson, can he get back involved in this offense? Elias around now. This is Greenlee spinning in the lane. Greenlee nowhere to go. Back for Kenta Jones. 8 to shoot. Jones, corner. Trying to drive the lane there down the baseline was Dwayne Burns, and a foul is called as he stepped out of bounds. Fouls on Chris Hester, his first. And now only one foul away from Concordia going into the bonus. Macy, your guys' game today, start to finish, including halftime and everything, took about an hour and 45 minutes. This game is not on pace to keep that going.
It definitely is going by a little slower than normal.
Elias looking to go back door there, doesn't work out. And free throws aren't going to help that. Ellingson into the lane at the free throw line. Back, Hester, thought about a three. It's knocked away by Dwayne Burns. Hester picks it back up. Ellingson, a lot of space here on the offensive end. Knocked away. Kenta Jones with a big play. Jones hurrying the other way. Lost the handle for a moment. Gets it back. Burns. Elias. Greenlee back to Burns. Kenta Jones now. Jones into the lane. Up against a bigger defender. Can't get the shot to go. Hester the rebound. Ellingson. Looking down low to Aguamo. Aguamo fighting through contact. Scores again. And it's another timeout for Concordia. We're going to take a quick break. Concordia needs to regroup here as the Eagles are threatening to pull away here in the first half. .8:37 to go, and suddenly we have a 12-point game. Macy, this was kind of tooth and nail for the opening 7 or 8 minutes, but bit of a run right now for Benedictine.
The Cougars have done a good job of coming out into the game strong. It's just hard for them to follow up on the energy and on the intensity.
That shot won't fall either, but Benedictine knock it away from themselves.
It really doesn't help when your shots aren't falling from the outside because you're not getting anything inside either.
We had an 8-minute run last night where the Cougars went without a field goal. They currently stand at 8 minutes again. So Coach Kohler last night talked about how they go through these stretches where they just can't seem to find the bucket, as this is going to be a turnover. They've had a couple of free throws since, but yeah, the last field goal was a three-pointer from Kenta Jones when the clock read 16:33. A chance to build a lead here for Benedictine. Straight down the lane, off the glass, and no good. Offensive foul. Connor Riley looked like he was out of options, so he just kept going, and he's going to pick up his first personal. And that, I think, means free throws. believe that's the 7th. So that should mean, okay.
That happened in our game earlier too. We didn't really understand why.
Yeah, that was the 7th team foul. Bonus lights on. Okay then, what do I know? Riddell. Allingson, excuse me, that's Elias. Allingson's 11 on the other side. Ball fought for, we got a foul. It's going to go over to Benedictine. So yeah, that should have been free throws there for the Cougars, and it wasn't. And instead, in the end of the day, William Bishop Green picks up his second foul, and it will be free throws now for the Eagles. Right back in comes Dwayne Burns Jr.
This game is progressing slowly as both teams seem to keep getting to the line.
Still 1-1. Montiel no good. Concordia would do anything for a field goal right now. Burns fakes the three, down the lane, kicking out. Bishop Green has it knocked away again. It's another turnover for the Cougars, and those are building up quickly here. Into the lane, Hester no good. 7 turnovers now, as this is another one, make it 8. Montiel, Johnson down the lane, around a screen looking for an offensive foul that was set too early. An easy layup for Johnson. 14-point lead with under 7 minutes to go now in the first half. Approaching 10 minutes for the Cougars without a field goal made. Bishop Green, Riddell, into the lane. Thought he got tripped up. Referee says travel. Make that 9 turnovers. That's 3 in a row now for Concordia. And they've taken 2 full timeouts already, Macy, in this half, and they just cannot seem to get things going. Just in a funk right now, the Cougars.
Hopefully, going into the half, they'll pick up some energy like they did last night. It's just unfortunate shots aren't falling.
Johnson now running point for the Eagles. Graebner driving. Turned back. Hester back for Graebner. Outside Montiel, corner. He'll try a 3. No good. Air ball. Kenta Jones on the other side to catch. Jones straight down the lane off the glass. Can't get the roll. There's a lid on the basket.
Cougars just cannot finish on the offensive side.
Johnson space to the rack. Rejected by Burns. And then a foul is called. 2 shots coming. I think they're going to get Riddell. That is Isaac Riddell's first. 9th team foul. 1 more, and it will be guaranteed shooting 2.
Like I said before, the Eagles have done a really good job of pushing the tempo of the Cougars and kind of getting them uncomfortable in their offense, but doing great in transition on the other end.
Colin Mergel is at the scorer's table checking in for the first time, as the first free throw from Hester is good. The combination of too many turnovers and too many fouls has put the Cougars in a tough spot here, as we've got a foul going the other way. Fouls on number 20, Trevor Montiel, his second. And free throws.
Fouls on number 20, Trevor Montiel, his second.
Macy, as a player, do you enjoy when games get into this kind of chess match scenario where both teams commit a bunch of fouls, everyone's going to the line? Is it tough when the game becomes so choppy like this rather than more free-flowing?
It's more frustrating than anything, yeah, because you're trying to get into the flow of the game and let the game come to you. But you can't when both teams are going to the line, especially with silly fouls and calls.
Bishop Green hits the first. Freshman from Chicago. William Bishop Green, a multi-talented guy. He was first chair baritone sax for both the concert and jazz bands in high school. So an accomplished musician as well as a really good athlete, number 3.
Definitely would not expect that from William Bishop Green.
Yeah, you know, you see a lot of similar stuff when you're looking at bios, but every so often something really stands out, and that one was impressive. So got a lot to offer. The freshman, already showing himself to be a really good defender in his first couple games here with the basketball team. Hopefully a successful career ahead. Mergel just into the game, hits a 3 on his first shot. And the Eagles have the Cougars doubled up. 31-15, 5.5 to go here in the first half. Riddell driving, backdoor double dribble.
These are little mistakes that are going to cost them the game in the end.
It is now over 11 minutes since the last Cougars field goal. And I know Cougars fans at home won't like to hear me keep saying that, but it just kind of is the best indicator, I think, of how we've gotten to where we're at right now in this game. That and the fouls. Johnson. Benedictine can do no wrong at the moment. Mergel. Johnson left wing, 10 to shoot. Mergel all the way across. Hester, long 3, no good. Rebound, fought for. It's going to be off Kenta Jones last, and a fresh shot clock to go with it. It's a cliche, but the ball is just not bouncing the Cougars' way right now. So a full 20 now on the shot clock. Johnson inbound, lobbing in for Mergel. Grabner gets a screen. Top of the key, long 2, comes up short, rebound, loose ball, falls to Hester, 2 more points, and he's down, went to hold his head. Referee's going to stop things here. That ball goes through the hands of 2 Cougars defenders. Hopefully Hester's all right. The back of his head hit the floor. His hand immediately went there. Referee saw it and blew the whistle. And he's going to be allowed to stay in the game, which is surprising. Bishop Green to the bench. Back in comes Dwayne Burns Jr. Jordan Schmidt on the floor as well now. Riddell is the other player who's gotten a break. Concordia would take a basket any way they can get it. Schmidt, Burns, Kenta Jones gets the screen. Back for Wilson. Wilson into the lane. Traffic. Burns knocked away momentarily. Schmidt. Burns. Corner. 3. Not this time. Rebound loose. Still there. Greenlee comes up with it. Fresh shot clock. Kenta Jones will try a 3. And it comes up short. Kept in by Wilson. It's out of play. It's another turnover.
As a player myself, when shots aren't going in, the best thing to do is to work hard on the defensive end, pressure the ball, get those rebounds, and eventually, because defense moves to offense.
Inbound, knocked away by Jones, but there to pick it up is Mergel. Just over 4 minutes left in the first half. All Benedictine. We talked, Macy, that tonight's game would be a reflection of what each team learned about each other from last night, and so far, Benedictine looked like the better students, as scoring that time is Kevin Aguamo, both Aguamo brothers on the scoreboard tonight.
Benedictine has done a better job tonight of kind of picking apart the Cougar defense for sure.
Wilson off the glass and good, and finally, after almost 13 minutes, the field goal drought ends for the Cougars. But they find themselves trailing by 18. Grabner, Hester. Grabner to the middle, looking for Aguamo. Manages to stay in, but the ball is knocked away. Referee says it will stay with Benedictine. 9 seconds on the shot clock. First time into the game today, Kieran Heller has checked in, the freshman from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, just north of Milwaukee. Grabner to inbound. Mergel, back for Grabner, 6 to shoot. Grabner to the corner. Hester's open for 3. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Brought down by Riddell. Riddell running the floor here. Around Grabner. Going back. Wilson. Down the lane. Kicking to the corner. Catch. Shoot. Heller for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down strongly by Kevin Aguamo. Hester Fakes. Down the line. Up under. Nice move. Chris Hester. 2 more. He's had an excellent first half. He's got 7 points. Greenlee spinning. Back. Burns. Heller. Wilson. Both teams' highest scorers have 7 points, but it's been much better spread around by Benedictine. Sorry, Macy, you were saying?
Little off on the spacing there, but they've got it.
Burns spinning in the lane, fading away. Yes! Dwayne Burns Jr. gets a bucket. And even though it's a huge lead right now, a couple quick buckets for Concordia is something, anything to build on.
One basket can fire you up, hype you up, and do whatever.
Grabner for 3, it's good. A bullet from outside by Kyle Grabner. 2 minutes to go in the first half. 21-point lead for the Eagles, who are preparing 2 more subs. And if this lead stays this big, Benedictine brought 25 players with them today. We might see most of those guys, as a foul will send Isaac Riddell to the line.
Unfortunately, it seems like every basket the Cougars have, Benedictine has an answer right back.
Not sure who the foul was called on there. I think it's Grabner, but not positive. Waiting for the PA to announce. Riddell hits the first. Subs coming in, number 34, Mason Sobiesk, and number 5, Nick Kosic returns. Riddell leads all scorers now with 9 points. Pressure here from the Cougars. Sobiesk. Johnson. Guarded closely by Heller. Johnson back. Grabner gets a screen. Hester rolling to the basket. Good defense played there by Burns. Grabner gets away. Backdoor. Hester off the glass and good. A no-look assist by Kyle Grabner, and an easy bucket for Hester. He's got 9. Greenlee backing down Grabner. Fading away, left it short. Grabner pulls down the rebound. As you mentioned, Macy, always an answer from the Eagles. Nice pass there by Johnson. Kept in by Hester. Looking to go outside, knocked away and picked up by Greenlee. Chance to break, and I don't know how that's not a double dribble, but the possession will continue. Wilson from the corner for 3, in and out. So it didn't end up mattering. And we've got a whistle and a timeout called by Benedictine. 30-second timeout. And I'm not sure what, but Keith Bunkenberg is not happy with something over there on the Benedictine sideline. 49 seconds to go in the first half. Your team's up a ton. Odd time to express some frustration here on the Benedictine side of things. And Kyle Grabner getting a stern talking to here on the sideline. Not sure what just happened there. Grabner was the last man to... Excuse me, that's not Kyle Grabner. That is Sobiesk.
With the lead this big, I wouldn't be worried about giving anybody...
Especially less than a minute from halftime. If you're going to call one of your players out like this, do it in the locker room in, literally 49 seconds. But apparently, Coach Bunkenberg wanted to send a message there. No subs made out of that timeout, so no one did anything offensive enough to warrant getting pulled out of the game. Will Benedictine take their time, or will they go 2 for 1? Sobiesk, got to get over half court, and he does. And that's just a bad pass and a turnover. Haven't seen many turnovers in this first half from Benedictine, and uncharacteristic unforced error, and coming right out of a timeout. Coach Bunkenberg's not going to be happy with that.
No, Cougars just immediately started pressing all of a sudden, and you show a little bit of ball pressure or any kind of pressure, as a coach, I'd be frustrated as well.
Riddell, backdoor, Bishop Green, top of the key, Greenlee, nice ball movement. Heller for 3, no good. But better there from the Cougars. That ball fought for in the corner, Eagles basketball.
Cougars are getting such great looks. A lot of in and out shots.
Montiel checks back in. He will replace Sobiesk, who had a tough couple of minutes. Emmanuel Wilson is back in for Concordia. Shot clock is off, 15 seconds to go. Johnson looking over his options with 8. Inside, Hester, loose ball on the ground, taken away. 3 seconds, Riddell knows he's low on time, kicks. Wilson pulls up, 3 is blocked at the buzzer, and that is how the first half will end. The score, Concordia 21, Benedictine 42. Macy and I are going to take a short break. We'll be back in a few minutes with some halftime thoughts. You're watching Concordia Cougars basketball. We going with this camera? There we are. All right. Well, halftime here at the Geisman Gymnasium. Slight delay of communication between us and the technical crew to our left here. 7 minutes before the second half tips off. And Macy, we talked about it a lot as the half wore on. There's only so much you can say, but the biggest differences between last night's game, which, as I mentioned, was a 14-point loss for Concordia, and tonight's game, it's really been two things. Way too many turnovers on the offensive end, and then the fouls have just piled up and given free points to Benedictine.
Concordia is definitely playing a little more sloppy than they were last night. They had a ton of energy coming into the game, which was good, and it helped. They got some stops. They hit their shots, but it was hard for them to keep up that energy throughout the rest of the half. I don't know where the energy went. I don't know where the intensity went, but they're just picking up stupid fouls, being sloppy on the defensive end, and Benedictine's getting to the line, and they're making their free throws.
It's interesting that each team's highest scorer both has 9 points, but it has been a total team effort from Benedictine. Isaac Riddell's got 9, but the next highest scorer is Emmanuel Wilson with 4. Looking at the Concordia team, who are you looking for to really step up in this second half and try to, saying to come back and win this game would be a really tall task, but at least get Concordia back in contention in this one.
One thing I have seen is a lot of energy and intensity from Kenta Jones. He's a speedy little player down there. He is very effective on the defensive side. He can pick up those loose balls, tip them around, and just get his hands on the ball to move in transition, and he can run fast in transition as well.
As a player, when you guys are in a position when, things are just a little off, when the communication's not quite there, turnovers are coming, what do you guys try to focus on to try to get that back under control, to get back to basics and cut out those mental mistakes?
Definitely working more on the defensive side. Like I said earlier, when shots aren't falling, you got to work on the defensive side, try to get those rebounds, get those steals, put more pressure on the ball, and defensive pressure as a whole, just to kind of force those turnovers to transfer over to the offensive side.
Well, work to do certainly for the Cougars in the second half, who trail by 21 here at the break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Second half coming up next here at Concordia. Welcome back. Second half about to get going here at Geisman Gymnasium. Alex Campbell and Macy Klein with you here for Concordia University basketball. Not the first half that head coach Steve Kohler would have drew up. We were talking a minute ago, Macy, about how do you open this second half if you're the Cougars? Do you try to just play good fundamental basketball? Do you just chuck up some threes? What do you think the approach is here when you're in this kind of position?
A little bit of both would be nice. It would definitely help. It's hard to rely on those three-point shots, especially because they haven't been able to knock most of them down in the first half.
Both teams have their starting lineups back on the floor. Isaac Riddell, three-pointer, no good. And that includes Walter Taylor, who's number 15 in red, who started, only played a few minutes before he headed to the bench. He's back on the floor. Kosic looking inside. Getting position is Montiel. A lot of contact. No whistle. And now a foul is called against Dwayne Burns, his first. And 30 seconds into the second half, Concordia picks up a foul, which they hit the double bonus with 10:25 on the clock in the first half. They won't want to be doing that again. Riddell almost tipping it away, kept it in, but then stepped out of bounds. Good hustle, though, from the junior. Riddell only 6'3", but led the team in rebounding last year. Montiel working far from the basket on this occasion, drives right by Wilson, blocked by Riddell. Picking up the pieces is Johnson, that's no good. Third chance. Walter Taylor puts it home. And second chance, third chance points on that opportunity. Kenta Jones. Around now, Riddell. Matthews, Jones. Jones trying to drive. Gets tied up, almost a jump ball, able to wrestle it back. 7 seconds to shoot. Emmanuel Wilson, 4, 3 to shoot. Wilson all the way, throws up a circus shot and gets it to go. Wilson's got 6 points. Kosic, baseline. Looking for Johnson, that's knocked away. 17 to shoot still. Inbound here, Kosic. Has a screen from Montiel. Montiel, straight away, thought about the three, drives on Wilson instead, off the glass, too strong. Matthews the rebound for the Cougars. Quickly they come the other way, Burns. Matthews for three, no good, long rebound. Fought for, multiple Cougars got there. Riddell eventually comes up with it, but then has his pocket picked by Montiel. Here comes Johnson. Johnson, no look, Montiel off the glass. Nice transition play there by Benedictine. Picking up where they left off with just good fundamental basketball. Wilson, right, left, into the lane, runs out of room. Matthews. Wilson, long three, no good. Rebound, pulled in by Kosic. Immediately, one-handed pass. Graebner hands off to Taylor, who gets stuck under the basket, but manages to find the angle anyway. Timeout called by Concordia in this second half, going no better than the first did. Waiting to see it is a full timeout, and that means we will take a quick break. It is a big 25-point lead with a long way to go in this one. 2.5 minutes played here in the second half, and Benedictine came right back out and put their foot firmly down on the gas. They lead by 25. Matthews. Wilson on the block here. Wilson rejected by Taylor. No breathing room right now for the Cougars anywhere. Grabner. Screen from Taylor. Back for him. Johnson. Inside. Kosic. On the elbow. Grabner's open for three. No good. Rebound knocked away by Montiel. But there to come up with it is Dwayne Burns. Burns. Head up. Cougars being just kind of forced to do everything on the perimeter because the size disadvantage really comes into play down low. Montiel reaching in there will pick up his third. And here come three subs for the Cougars. In come Justin Greenlee, William Bishop Green, and Kieran Heller all into the game. Benedictine will also make their first change of the second half as in comes Chris Hester, and he will replace Trevor Montiel, who has just picked up his third foul. Cougars might be glad to see Montiel go off the floor, but Hester gave them fits as well in the first half. Heller to inbound. Gets it right back. Greenlee. Kenta Jones.
We got a young lineup here.
Jones. A young team in general for Concordia right now. Riddell will try a three from the wing, and it's good. Isaac Riddell, really the only guy who's had anything going offensively for the Cougars today. He's got 12 points. Pressure here from the Cougars. Johnson barely getting over half court in time. Kosic into traffic. Grabner open for three. It's good. Grabner shoots at those bullet threes. It's a 30-second timeout. And again, we're seeing frustration from Coach Bunkenberg and the Benedictine sideline. He's demanding perfection from his players right now, and apparently a 25-point lead isn't quite enough. They're going to talk it over quickly.
I don't think he was expecting the Cougars to pressure full court.
Must not have really liked how his team responded. They almost committed an 8-second violation, and getting across half court.
I don't know why the Cougars aren't pressuring full court more. It sure seems to work on Benedictine. Yeah, they're still getting to the hoop, but they're playing a little more frantic.
It might just be a reflection of how tired this roster is. It's a short bench playing back-to-back nights, and yeah, Benedictine played last night too, but they've got a much deeper bench and the benefit of a lead right now that they don't have to chase. Justin Greenlee, the freshman, running point here. Matthews. Wilson, long three. Why not? In and out. Rebound pulled down by Walter Taylor. And here the other way come Benedictine. Grabner, back for Taylor. Johnson. Johnson, a facilitator. Doesn't take that many shots, number 10 in red, but has the ball in his hand a lot. That ball off an ankle. Here comes Greenlee the other way. 2-on-2. Matthews is with him. Knocked away by Grabner. Good work getting back, hustling on defense. Checking in is Cade Ellingson. He will replace Walter Taylor. Ellingson, who played 19 minutes last night and got 3 points. Bishop Green. Matthews. Greenlee into the lane. Runner. No. Greenlee almost had his own rebound. Saves it. Well done. Here's Heller. Back to Greenlee. 17 to shoot. Greenlee right back to the basket and scores. Persistence on that possession from Justin Greenlee. Pressure again here from the Cougars. Eagles got to hurry a bit here. Johnson calmly brings it across half court. Johnson driving the lane. Layup off the glass is good. Got past one defender and it was free sailing.
Looked like that should have been Wilson to step over in the help line to stop that drive.
Matthews trying to make something happen. Three straight away, no good. Rebound to Heller. Bishop Green is Man down there for a second. Miscommunication. Greenlee gets another look. A wide open chance, and he can't finish. Kosic. Catch. Shoot. 3. No good. Long rebound. All the way out to Ellingson. Down low. Hester on the block and the foul. Count the basket. Fouls against Jordan Matthews, his 4th. And immediately more subs up off the bench for the Cougars. Keegan Graebner checks in. He'll replace Michael Johnson. And in come Kenta Jones, Dwayne Burns, and Isaac Riddell after a break. And Greenlee, Bishop Green, and Wilson go off. We're going to actually see one more change. Joel Childers is going to come into the game, and he will replace Kieran Heller. Hester to the line, a solid free throw shooter for a big man, 70% last year. But just 2 of 5 from the line last night. Able to finish off the three-point play. It's a 29-point lead. Scoreboard not yet to update. I think it should be 57-28. Even if it's 56, that's a 28-point lead. And again, the score stays doubled. We've seen that a lot. Backdoor pass just off the mark there from Burns straight to Hester. Ellingson behind the back across half court, avoiding contact. Ellingson all the way to the rack. Can't get the finish, but he will get 2 free throws. Foul is called on number 5, Joel Childers, his 2nd. And here comes some subs. It is Nate Shedd, Colin Mergel, and just those 2. Kyle Graebner was there just standing on the sideline. Timeout called. A full timeout for Concordia, who can't seem to crawl their way back into this game. We'll take a break. Second half continues next. Ellingson to the line here for Benedictine. It's the first one. Foul's not piling up quite as quickly here in the second half. Just 3 so far committed by Concordia, but only 1 committed in the opening 6+ minutes by Benedictine. They have played an incredibly clean second half so far in all regards, as Ellingson hits both the free throws. Kenta Jones. Macy, you talked about him at halftime as a potential spark. Can he do something here?
I hope so.
Riddell down the baseline. Matthews to the middle, nowhere to go, and a foul is called. They're going to get number 24. That's Colin Mergel, his first. Conversation on the sideline right now between head coach Steve Kohler and Joel Childers. 2 shots here for Jordan Matthews. Hits the first. And the second one good as well.
Matthews makes good on both. 58-30.
And immediately a long inbound pass. Mergel is snuck behind the defense. Mergel off the glass. 2 free points. Concordia just turned off on that occasion.
Way too easy. Cannot have that on either side.
It's a big lead already, but Concordia doesn't want this to get worse than it is. That's taken away, knocked away from Burns. 3-on-3 the break the other way. Ellingson will slow things down. Keegan Grabner, Mergel, down low. This is Hester working on Wilson, has the size advantage, knocked away. Magically, though, the ball somehow goes straight to Grabner. That's knocked away again. Kenta Jones getting in the way this time. 15 to shoot for the Eagles. Hester. Handing off Keegan Grabner, still 10 to shoot. Grabner running it down here. Grabner looking to dish and gives it right to Burns. Concordia on the break now. Burns all the way up against Hester, draws the foul, and he will shoot 2. Hester's second foul of the night. And you really like to see that from Dwayne Burns, just putting his head down, driving to the basket, trying to make something, anything happen here for the Cougars.
2-shot foul at the line, number 30, Dwayne Burns.
That's what the Cougars need on the offensive end.
Burns converting from the free throw line.
Burns 6-12. Eagles 60, Cougars 32.
Ellingson. Move there, getting some cheers from his bench, and Ellingson forced to take a timeout when he got trapped there along the sideline. So as cool of a move as that was, it wastes a timeout in the process. 12:35, we'll take another quick break here as the Cougars continue to just try to fight back into this game. $12:53 to go in this one. Eagles 60, Cougars 32. Currently a 28-point lead. This is matching the largest that lead has been all night. Ellingson inbound, 19 on the shot clock for the Eagles. Mergel. Keegan Grabner. Back here for Mergel, top of the key, 12 to shoot. Shed. Always a physical player, but quick on the step. Shed fading away. Nice move and a nice shot by number 22 in red.
Haven't seen much of him tonight, but he sure did spark a little bit of a fire on his bench.
Kenta Jones. Attempted entry pass there, just not working out. 3-on-1 the other way, and now alley-oop slam for Chris Hester. An exclamation point on what's been an excellent evening for Benedictine. And a nice feed from Ellingson to match. Matthews. Baseline. Nowhere to go. Finding room. Nice move. Just when it looked like he had been closed down, Jordan Matthews finds a way to the bucket. Hester. Alley-oop on the last possession. What's he got this time? Mergel. Top of the key. 13 to shoot. Grabner, far corner. Back down to Mergel. That is knocked away by Burns. 9 still to shoot for the Eagles. Substitutions. Back come William Bishop Green and Isaac Riddell. To the bench go Joel Childers and Dwayne Burns. Down low, Mergel backdoor, quickly out, Shed. Drives the lane, nowhere to go, 2 to shoot, Shed, fade away, comes up short, but Keegan Grabner grabs the rebound. Reset here for the Eagles. Hester right to the rack, and it's good. Back-to-back buckets. That one a little less showy, but just as effective by Chris Hester. 32-point lead. That's a new largest margin. Matthews working on Grabner. Riddell. Bishop Green. 8 to shoot. All the way around. Bishop Green fading away. He gets the floater to go. Took a bit of an accidental push there in the back from his teammate, Emmanuel Wilson. And he looks like he's laboring just a little bit. Something to keep an eye on. Ellingson all the way. Past defenders off the glass and good. And Macy, you noted on this earlier in the game, it seems like the help defense just hasn't been there tonight for the Cougars.
The Cougars definitely have been watching the ball go to the hoop. Not every time. They've been pretty aggressive underneath the boards, but that help line has to be there, and they're just watching the ball go by.
Matthews been working really hard in this game. It's too bad he doesn't have more to show for it as that shot comes up short. Rebound, Keegan Grabner. Mergel. Corner, Ellingson, Grabner. Full second unit out there right now. Mergel off the glass and good. Cougars just cannot slow Benedictine down. A 34-point advantage now. Wilson spinning, has it stripped by Ellingson. And now the turnover bug has suddenly come back. Shed to the basket, alley-oop of sorts, looking for Hester, knocked away. Eventually falls to Kenta Jones. Jones has Riddell with him. Jones all the way by himself, layup short. Rebound, Mergel. Keegan Grabner the other way. They're just not letting up. Shed, corner 3, comes up short and goes over the backboard. Back comes Trevor Montiel with his 3 fouls, as well as Marvin Aguamo for the first time in the second half. The Aguamo brothers from Orland Park, Illinois, went to Sandburg High School. And it is a full timeout, so we will take a timeout as well. 8:52 to go. It's all Eagles. $8:52 to go. Alex Campbell, Macy Klein with you here at Concordia University, Chicago. Hope you're all inside and staying warm on this snowy Chicago evening. Forget warm. Benedictine been downright hot from the field in this second half. Got a couple more subs to report. Keegan Graebner, no, Graebner was already out there, but Kosic is in as well, joining Montiel and Aguamo. And another turnover. That's 3 or 4 in a row now for Concordia. Just not the Cougars' night. Graebner had that briefly knocked away. Referees talking it over. Possession will stay with the Eagles, 18 on the shot clock. And checking in is Connor Riley. We've seen 15 different players used tonight by the Eagles. Just did a quick count. Kosic, 12 to shoot. Kosic, back out Ellingson. 7 to shoot, Ellingson. Thought about a 3. Kosic, running out of time. Kosic, got to shoot, he does. Fade away on the baseline, no good. But Benedictine, of course, come up with the rebound. Ellingson to the basket, rejected by Riddell. A frustration play as much as anything there by Isaac Riddell. $17 on the shot clock, 7:56 in the game. Kosic. Riley. Across Ellingson, worked now. Aguamo down the baseline and a foul. Foul is called on. I thought he signaled number 20 or 30, but it wasn't on Burns. 2 shots either way for Marvin Aguamo. No good on the first free throw.
Last foul was on number 30, Dwayne Burns, his third.
So Dwayne Burns is called for the foul. I didn't think he was even in the area. But he picks up another foul. Greenlee, Riddell, Matthews, Burns, and Schmidt on the floor right now for the Cougars. Matthews again looking to get something going into the lane. A lot of traffic. Couldn't get the roll. Burns fighting for the rebound, but coming up with it is Ellingson. Here comes Riley. He'll kick. Kosic. Catch. Shoot. 3-ball. Good. Another dart by Benedictine. Burns. Knocked away. Open floor here. Connor Riley. Riley all by himself off the glass and good for 2 more. And now it's a 40-point lead for the Eagles. It was 21 at halftime, but this has really gotten out of hand, unfortunately, here. Matthews, step back, long 2, no good. Aguamo the rebound. Charging the other way, and these bench players for Benedictine, they're not going to take it easy. They're trying to prove they deserve to be in the starting lineup as Kosic has back-to-back threes.
The Eagles are not backing down, and they haven't this whole entire game.
Pedal to the metal still. Kosic is a starter, but again, got to fight to keep that spot as 2 Cougars run into each other. Riddell up against Aguamo. Riddell spinning in the lane, floater, and 1. 3-point play upcoming. The foul's on number 4, Marvin Aguamo, his first. Three-point play opportunity for number 14, Isaac Riddell. He's got 12 points already tonight. He leads the Cougars. Free throw, though, was no good. Rebound by Riley. Fans starting to make their way out. Everybody trying to get home, even if you've just got to walk home. It is real snowy out there. Hope everybody, like I said, is being safe. Riley into the lane. Kicking out. Ellingson catch and shoot. He'll try a 3. No good. Rebound Aguamo. Fought for there and a travel before he got rid of the ball. Back into the game comes Emmanuel Wilson. And for the first time tonight, we will see Anthony Lynch for Benedictine. Kieran Heller back into the game as well for the Cougars. Heller. Wilson. Kenta Jones. Under 6 minutes to play. Schmidt. Driving, kicking. Wilson. Heller. Head fake. Spinning. Back to Wilson. 8 to shoot. Greenlee. Wilson again. 5 to shoot. Wilson pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound. Kosic got a hand on it, and then it fell into the arms of Montiel. The other way come Benedictine. Kosic will pull up again from that same spot. Not good this time. Aguamo with a big rebound. Kicking out. Riley will try a 3. No good. Greenlee the rebound for the Cougars. Kenta Jones. Jones lost the ball. Deflects around, and it's last off of Lynch's foot. And checking into the game for the first time tonight, Kyle Hornacek checks into the game, and he's joined by Mason Sobiesk. So Benedictine starting to really empty out the bench here in the final stages of this one as they lead by 41. Kenta Jones to inbound, running out of time. Bishop Green, who's just checked back in. Trying to go to work on the block here, up against Riley. Bishop Green, floater, no. Rebound, Anthony Lynch. Kosic wanted to go inside, across for Lynch. Lynch will try a 3 from the left wing, no good. Rebound by William Bishop Green. Kicking to the corner, Wilson will try a 3 from the far side, no good. Rebound, loose, knocked around. Greenlee comes up with it. He'll try a 3 straight away, left unguarded, in and out. Kosic the rebound. Kosic wanted a pass for Sobiesk. Off the mark, though, a turnover to the Cougars. And we've got time here. We're going to see a substitution. As Emmanuel Wilson goes to the sideline and Gabe Elias checks in. And it looks like another Eagle's going to get his first opportunity of the night. Or not first opportunity, I should say. It's Kevin Aguamo, who saw a couple brief minutes in the first half. He's going to get to come back into the game. Elias. Greenlee. Spinning. Looking for somewhere to go. Kicks to the corner. Heller's three-pointers blocked. Sobiesk comes up with the loose ball. Riley. Full speed ahead. Riley down the lane. Pass looking there for Hornacek. Couldn't find him. And back the other way come the Cougars. Bishop Green thought about a 3, hands off to Greenlee instead. Greenlee down the lane, into traffic, out. Elias, pass tipped, Heller. Greenlee tries the 3, no good. Rebound by Lynch. Riley, alley-oop attempt, and getting a fingertip to it was Hornacek, but nothing more. Kenta Jones the other way, Jones down the lane, layup no good, off the glass. Sobiesk another rebound.
A lot of back and forth action going on right now.
A lot of back and forth and not a whole lot of points at the moment. Lynch down the lane, wide open, and, well.
Spoke too soon.
Spoke too soon. There's the points. But another example, the help defense just has not been there all night for the Cougars. It has not been the main problem. It's just been one of a myriad of problems.
The Cougars are already looking beat out there. They've looked beat for a while.
Eagles by 43 right now. Elias. Heller. Bishop Green driving in the lane, kicking. Elias, 5 to shoot, across. Heller, Greenlee, 2 to shoot, kicking again. Elias, too many passes. Kenta Jones, shot clock violation. Frustration everywhere. Checking in, it's number 34, who I don't have on my roster for the Cougars, along with Joel Childers.
Cougars looking to full court pressure for the 3rd time tonight.
Checking on that number right now. Number 34 is Javen Reed, I have him down as 24 on my roster, but so just a slight error on my part there. Riley able to keep that ball in the front court. 8 to shoot, kicking to the corner. Aguamo, baseline drive, bounce pass, Sobiesk spinning, running out of time. Loose ball into the arms of Elias. Cougars with just over 2 minutes to play. Corner. Reed into the game. Will try a three. Air ball long. Sobiesk another rebound. And we're going to see another new player checking into the game for Benedictine, Justin Chang at the scorer's table. Riley going all the way, goes down. Sobiesk into the lane, lost the handle, got it back. Nice drive, nice finish by Mason Sobiesk. 45-point lead now. And they're going to empty the bench, Benedictine. 4 guys checking in. Greenlee. Reed will try another three. Why not? He hits this one.
There we go.
Javen Reed, the freshman from downtown, gets his first basket as a Cougar. And we're going to see a timeout now by Benedictine to make sure these subs can come in the game. Checking in, Justin Chang. And I'm not going to have some of these numbers. 41, 31, and 32. 32 is Arinze Egbuna. I'll have to get you, though, the rest of those numbers. 31 is not listed. Neither is 41. So I know as much as you do, folks at home, about who these players are. I think 41 is Alex Ridge, who was listed on the roster as 43. And 31, I think, is Emeka Ajare, who is now listed as having a number online. But basically everybody who dressed tonight for Benedictine has played, as Jordan Schmidt's layup is no good, and we're under a minute to go. Chang, bumped from behind by Schmidt, who's going to pick up his third foul. Coach Steve Kohler, though, who will join us after this game, still yelling instructions to his defense, hoping they can finish strong here. Agumo driving to the basket, gets the layup to go. A nice strong play there by number 25. Concordia looking for a strong, likely final possession here. Elias wanted Schmidt, nowhere to go. Back for Childers. Heller. Elias into the lane. Schmidt will try a three, no good. Rebound. Bounces around. Here's Agumo the other way. Agumo's got help. Loose pass could not be corralled. Outside, Ridge passes it up. Agumo back for Ridge. Ridge will try a three, and it's good. Alex Ridge from downtown. The freshman gets his first bucket. 5 seconds to go. Nowhere to go for Childers. Spinning in the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound to Chang, and with that, the final buzzer will sound. Final score, Eagles 88, Cougars 41. So that's going to do it for Macy and I, but coming up, we'll hear from head coach Steve Kohler about a tough night for his squad. Be sure to join us next time. Keep an eye on the schedule for Concordia Athletics. It's changing frequently in these difficult times. Hope everyone is safe, healthy, and we'll see you next time around. Please, though, stay with us for a couple more minutes if you can. I'll be talking to Coach Kohler in a moment. still even in a game with this score. And then I guess the second question is just going to be, what can you guys learn from this kind of experience? How do you help the guys keep their heads up? Welcome back. Joined now by Coach Steve Kohler of the Cougars. And Coach, obviously, this is a tough one to take tonight. Want to start looking for a few positives, a silver lining, if you will. We talked last night about how Isaac Riddell has stepped up and been a leader on this team in the early stages of this season. He kept fighting all night there tonight, kept trying to keep the energy up for this team. What does that mean to you to see him keep fighting like that?
Yeah, we expect that from every one of our guys, so that's great to see. Regardless of what the score is, we're not going to stop coaching. We shouldn't stop playing. We should be fighting every possession. And Izo's been really competing. Everyone judges how you play by if you're making shots, and he hasn't been making shots. And so we just told him, hey, just defend and rebound, and the rest is going to take care of itself. He knocked some shots down today. He played good D. So we expect that from him, though. He's a leader for us.
I'm sure that looking up at the scoreboard, it's hard to, immediately think of positives with this game, but what can you learn from a game like this? How do you help the guys keep their heads up in the locker room and going home, going into the next game after a night like this?
Yeah, so yesterday we fought, and then we lost it towards the end. In the first half, we were fighting, and we went in down 20. We got to have resolve, it's not going to be easy. Guys have to understand, on the bench, on the floor, we talk about one possession at a time. So we need to continue to compete no matter what. That's hard to do, right? When you get punched in the mouth, it's hard to continue to keep going because you've got this woe is me feeling, but that's not what our program is about. We're about competing and fighting. And we have to understand that we got to get through those things when it's tough, and it's not going to be easy, So that's what we can take from it, for sure.
And I guess the last thing, we talk about, there is – you don't want to put too much on luck, but it felt like there was a lid on the basket for you guys, and for them it felt like it was a vacuum. Everything went in. What's the message? Just keep shooting, keep the confidence. How do you get the guys to not think too much about the fact that, they could have had a lot more points tonight if the ball had just rolled their way a bit?
Yeah, it becomes a mental thing. That's what we talked about at halftime. They were basically daring us to make shots, because we couldn't get downhill. And when they guard you like that, you gotta make shots. And the only way you're going to do that is if you shoot the ball in rhythm like you normally would. We became really hesitant, and then I felt like we were living and dying on every shot. And each shot that didn't go in, it was like, and the shoulders slumped a little bit more and a little bit more. And you can't do that. You'll have nights like that. But the thing that I want to see from us is we're defending, but we're not rebounding, and I just got these, so I really want to see what this is. Yeah, that's probably the worst I've ever seen on the glass, 44-18. So that's the thing that's got to change. We're really going to pride ourselves on getting on the O boards and competing. So that's what we want to see guys continue to do.
Well, room to improve certainly, but tomorrow was another day, and here's the things on the up for Cougars basketball. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everybody.